introduce you to the new Noosa Longboard Tom Wegener line of fins. And this is our nose riding fin. This is our nose riding / turning fin. This is our bouncing fin to bounce out of turns. And this is our center fin for the tri-fin setup. And these are just my favorite fins. I worked so long on fins because I would make my fin and I'd make my surfboard around the fin. So the fin is the most important part of your board. And I'm really excited that Noosa Longboards has taken my years and years and years of experience with fins and made them for the public. Thank you. This is the nose riding fin. I'm calling it the First Point because I designed it around surfing first points back in 1999. And I called it the Finley bead because my son Finley was born in early 1999. When I came to Australia, I was making them more of the flat back here because the waves are mushier in California. As you're surfing the points here, they get very, very hollow. You need this curve back here in order to react and work within the pocket. And the key is it's a pivot fin, and it's a pivot fin because when you have a nose rider, the curve back here, this is called the hips. And it's more, it goes from the back third of the board back to the tail here. This curve is very pronounced. It's called the hip. And you want a fin that's more vertical, more straight up and down, because with that curve, you're never going to go too far out of the shoulder and do a drive and cut back. You're always going to be closer to the whitewash and doing pivot turns. Pivot, bang like that, slow down, speed up as you come out of the turns. So you want a lot of volume on it, a lot of surface area to accelerate out of the turns better, because surface area actually really gives you that acceleration in small waves where you're working with the force of the wave and your board inside the wave pushing all that foam forward. Your fin is in there keeping the board from sliding sideways. More surface area, more speed you get very, very quickly in a small wave on a nose rider. The next fin is the Little Cove fin, and it's just a bit thinner than the First Point, the full pivot fin, and it has a bit more curve through the top here, taking some of the surface area out of the top. What that will do is it makes it a little bit more responsive, go out a little bit further on the shoulder, and it's made for a board without the pronounced hips. So you can see this is my Model A template. It doesn't have the pronounced hips, so you can surf it from further up the board, and you want your fin to respond to you as you turn the board from side to side. This fin responds better when you're surfing further up the board, so it's a lot more user-friendly. It's a good nose riding fin, but it allows you to still get out there and turn a bit more with more confidence. It's a bit easier. It's just the world's easiest fin to surf. This is the Little Cove model. The next fin is the National Park. And you can see it's much different from the pivot fin, which is the First Point. It does not have the surface area up here. The reason is this board is made for longer turns. It's not a pivot turning thing where you slow down in the turn and then you accelerate out. You just maintain your acceleration here. It has a wide base in the bottom here. This is your engine room. So your surface area from about here down is always your engine room when you're really pushing off the bottom. It has a bit of length up here without the surface area, so that your fin, even on a really, really hard turn, the base of your fin might come out of the water a little bit. This will keep your fin in the water, the tip of your fin in the water as you're doing your turn, so it allows the board to not spin out on you, which was a big problem back in the 70s. We've all progressed from there, but still it's a great 70s based fin, taking the best of it. Also the bit of rake, I like a bit of rake here, because again it gives you direction and it holds that tip of the tail in the water as you do your big turns, and it doesn't spin out. So this is it's good for the national park. It's the bouncy fin is what I like to call it. The last fin is the tea tree, and it has the same rake as the national park, but a lot less surface area up here and less base here, because it's a tri-fin fin, and it's meant to have the tri-fin here, so it works in conjunction with your tri-fin. So your base of your fins is in the tri-fin on the sides there. This is more for direction and to keep a portion of your fin, the tip of the fin, as you're doing driving turns, sometimes the base of the fin comes out of the water. This maintains your stability in the waves because it's dragging behind the board. So I love base. And you think it would stiffen your board up? It really doesn't. It actually just allows you to do a turn with confidence so it doesn't spin out. It just holds the tip. This tip pulls the rest of the fin back in the water. Because as soon as your tip of your fin goes out, you're gone. And the best way for the day is just wrecked and everybody's going, oh man. So you want to make sure that the tip of your fin stays in the water when you're doing those driving cutbacks. That's what the tea tree is all about. But it works in conjunction with the side fins. Thank you for learning about my fins. The fin, again, is the most important part of the board. If you're riding your board and it's not quite right, if it's not stream of consciousness in turns and there's something sticky about it, very often it's the wrong fin. So change your fin. Come to Noosa Longboards, check them out. We'll see you out there.